I started this video about 45 times, and every single time was like, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. So I'm just gonna jump in. My name is Summer McLean. I'm the owner of My Simply Perfect Events and the owner of The Academy, which is an online school for wedding and event planners. I am going to tackle wedding planning, rescheduling, refunds, all that good stuff due to COVID-19. I was recently on a morning show called The Burt Show, and there was a bit of controversy because the host of The Burt Show, his name is Burt, said that people in the wedding industry who are not giving refunds, basically we are criminals, which is crazy. It's crazy to say. And so they had me on and I was explaining, of course, why we're not criminals. I want to talk about some of that stuff here. So all of my clients are rescheduling their weddings. The ones who have weddings from now until July, they're really all trying to reschedule for maybe August, September, November, because we really don't know when this is going to end. And that's just the truth. I think we all hope that it ends really soon. We all hope it ends really soon. But I think the reality is that the further that we push it, then the better. But also because I think people are going to be a little afraid to fly right now. I think they'd be afraid, to bring their families, to come and celebrate you. And it has nothing to do with if they love you or not. It's just right now is a really scary time, but also financially, it's a scary time. It's a scary time for everyone, right? So being in the event industry, we bring people together and we celebrate. And that's like the number one thing we're not supposed to be doing right now, right? So a couple tips on what we need to do when it comes to rescheduling your wedding. So first thing, I don't want to be an I told you so person, especially right now, because that's, but if you don't have a wedding planner, this is why you're supposed to have a wedding planner, guys, because you never know what's going to happen. You just never know, right? And so the stress of something like this, and then now the stress of having to reschedule everything yourself, this is why you get a planner. Anyway, first contact your venue. Contact your venue, find out what the stipulations are to reschedule your wedding. Also, you need to find out what dates they have available in the future. If you're looking at this video now, I hope you all know that you don't have until next week and the week after and the week after to make your decision. I hope you make your decision immediately, as soon as you see this video. If you haven't already decided to reschedule your wedding, I hope that this video helps you make that decision to just go ahead and do it. So first thing, find a couple available dates. Now, again, I suggest push it as far as you can, meaning, push it to September, November, even December if you have to. And again, this isn't anyone's dream. This is an ideal for anyone. But I would just say push it as far as you can in this year, if you still want to keep it in 2020, just because everything is so up in the air right now, right? We just don't know. So go ahead and push those dates out. That's the first thing. And get a handful of dates, right? So see if they have maybe 2 or 3 dates that you can kind of play around with. Now, most venues are going to give you 2 or 3 dates, and they might say you have 24 hours, you have 72 hours, something like that, to go ahead and make your decision. After that, you need to go ahead and you need to talk to your florist, your DJ, your photographer first, really. You need to talk to everyone involved, okay? And find out if they have those dates available. Your catering, they can do multiple weddings in a day, but still, I think that you should still contact every single vendor that you have and say, hey, listen, are you available on this date, or this date, okay? After you find out all the dates that if your vendors are available for those dates, then go ahead and contact, obviously your family and find out, really your parents, your best friends, because you may not be able to accommodate everyone, of course, but it's, you want to at least make sure that your parents can be there, right? Or your best friends. And then you pick a date, you call your venue, you let your venue know what's up, okay? So that's the first thing, okay? And then you just take a little breath, okay? Something else too, you guys, you don't have to find the silver lining in this, okay? Like, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. You don't have to find the silver lining in this whole thing, okay? It sucks. It sucks for everybody involved, okay? It sucks for me as your planner. It sucks for your significant other. It sucks for your parents. Listen, it's just not a great thing. Okay, so don't let people gaslight you, and make you feel like you're being selfish because you're upset that you had to cancel your wedding. Okay, obviously, don't be a bridezilla. Don't be a bridezilla about it. Like I said, you don't have to find a silver lining right now. Okay, it's okay to be upset about this. Okay, if you're going to cancel your wedding, I want to tell you this right now. If you are canceling your wedding, do not expect refunds. And I know that might seem harsh. What if this was a tornado that came through and completely ruined your venue, right? And for some reason, that was the only date, that was the only venue that you were gonna get married in, any reason, okay? We still would not give you your money back. Like, we have to be covered for those things, okay? So some of the things that I heard from the show were, the future is so uncertain now. People should be getting their money back and you should have a heart and blah, 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 blah. Well, we do have a heart, but we also have contracts for a reason, okay? So do not expect any of your vendors to go against their contract and what their contract says because you're deciding to cancel your wedding. Again, I know that this sounds harsh and I understand how upsetting it is, but I want to be realistic with you. Like, I want you to be realistic when you go into these conversations and you're trying to decide if I'm going to cancel. If you call your vendors and none of them are going to give you a refund, go into it hoping that you can just get out of your contract with whatever you've paid, okay? For my clients, the ones who are rescheduling, I have a rescheduling fee. Of course, I'm not going to charge a rescheduling fee. I'm not a monster, okay, guys? But I'm also not giving refunds because I require a 50% deposit at the time of signing for the contract, and then I get payments along the way, okay? If you cancel your wedding and it's before my final payment is due, you don't have to pay that. So that's money that I'm out as well, okay? This is how it works, guys. If you come to me and you say, Summer, I want May 23rd as my wedding date, okay? I say, okay, great. I mean, it's a really popular day. It's Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people get married on holidays, right? So if you come to me and you say, this is the date that I want you, I go, okay, great. You put your deposit down. I take it off of my calendar, okay? Someone comes to me the very next day, says, Summer, I have to have you as my wedding planner. My date is May 23rd. And I'm like, man, sorry, I'm booked that day. Just signed a contract yesterday. They say, well, I have to get married on May 23rd, but I really, really want you. What if I give you $15,000? What if I give you $30,000? I'm throwing numbers out there, calm down. I have to say no to all of that money because I have a contract in place and I've already said yes to you and you have already taken that spot. You've already taken that spot, okay? Now, this is happening, COVID-19, and you have said, I'm gonna cancel my wedding for A, B, C, D, for any reason, right? Well, now I am out of the money that I could have charged somebody else. And this is kind of the situation for most people because when it comes to a wedding, we have to take that date off and we're not available for anybody else. And no matter the amount of money that someone comes in to try to give us, we can't take that money, okay? And so again, if you cancel, we are out that money and any money that we could have made in the future for that date, okay? If your invitation company, like if your paper company isn't doing refunds or if they're not doing, reprints for free, which again, do not expect anyone to do these things. We say the kindness of your heart, the kindness of your heart. Well, we could turn around and say the same thing. I'm just trying to shoot it to you straight because this is where we are, okay? The time for sugarcoating is not here anymore. If reprinting your stuff is not in the budget, if it's not an option, let's just go ahead and accept that you will have to do an online invitation and everyone should understand, okay? Things have changed, times have changed. You're just going to do an online thing. But there are some things that we just really have to accept. And I think that that's like the biggest part of this whole thing, is that we just have to really accept what's going on and we need to move on, right? Now, do not cancel your wedding out of a tantrum, okay? If you still are able to financially, do it. Things just got delayed. So many things that are happening, you guys. If you can do it, just do it. So my client, May 23rd, they had to reschedule their wedding. It's August 1st now. Well, listen, guys, who knows where we're going to be August 1st? And that's just the truth, okay? So if August 1st comes and we have to reschedule, we're just going to reschedule. We're going to just do the same thing. We're going to go ahead. We're going to call the venue. What dates do you have open? And just keep moving things down. You don't have to find a silver lining in this today, okay? It's unrealistic and it's kind of, it's not me. Okay, like it ain't me, all right? Eventually, you know, let's try to find some sort of good in something. Don't feel the pressure. Right now, everyone, you know, everyone's in quarantine and or self-isolation, and they're really, really putting a lot of pressure on themselves to like write that book I've always wanted to write. Now I have to be the teacher that I've, you know, that I've never wanted to be for my children. You know, I have to be the teacher and work from home and ABCD. Listen, give yourself a little bit of grace, okay? Give yourself a little bit of time to really let this soak in, but then move on, okay? We don't have all day to really just be upset about this, right? But like I said, you don't immediately have to find the silver lining. The other thing is when you go into this, do not have expectations that you're going to get your money back. Do not make your vendors feel bad. In the wedding industry, we get close to a lot of our clients. You know, this is not a hobby. This is my profession, okay? And so when you come to me and you hire me, it is my profession. This is my income. This is my livelihood, and I'm doing my job. And it's the same thing with any other vendor that you're working with. You know, let's not walk into it expecting anything. If you are able to get a refund or some sort of money back for whatever reason it is, guys, just take it and be happy, okay? That's if you're canceling your wedding. You know, let's just look forward to the end of this, really. Let's look forward to the end of this. We're gonna be doing this for a long time, okay? Like, this isn't gonna be over at Easter. This is gonna be going on for a little while, guys. And let's just be nice to each other. I don't want to sound cheesy and just be like, just be kind to one another. We're gonna have to give ourselves some grace, and maybe our family members and our, you know, significant others, and that's it. So say some prayers and wash your hands and Lysol everything down. And listen, I can't go into it. I can't go into the whole routine because my anxiety starts to go. Anyway, again, I'm Summer, my Simply Perfect Events, the owner of the Academy, which is an online school for wedding and event planners. And I'll see you on the other side of this madness.